Hi guys, it's Bridget. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all of the content that I post. Also, be sure to go find me over on Instagram and Goodreads. I will put links to both of those down in the description below. I am super excited for today's video. I am doing the reread, rewrite, or burn tag. I was tagged by Rima Reads. She is fantastic. You should definitely go check out her channel. She's just like the nicest person. She's got the best videos. I'll put a link to her version of this video down in the description. This is basically the bookish version of the Kiss, Marry, Kill game that you play. And so I have a whole jar, or I guess it's a bowl. It's not really a jar. Oh, almost dropped it there. But I have this whole bowl of books that I have read recently, and I have to pick 3 of these, decide which one I am going to reread, which one I would rewrite, or which one I would just burn. And I guess I'll just put it out there. Obviously, I don't support burning books. This is just a game. So anyway, let's just get right into it. I tried to put a good variety of books that I love or books that I hate, but not too many books that I hate because then it'll be too easy. I'll just burn those books. So we'll go ahead and we'll pick 3. We've got To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers, The Last Kingdom by Bernard Cornwell, and The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Oh, okay. It's too easy if there's one that I don't like. So I would burn The Last Kingdom by Bernard Cornwell. That one actually made my worst books of 2020 list, so that's easy. And then, reread or rewrite? Oh, I don't know. Okay, so I think that I would reread The Hunger Games because I haven't read that and I think since it came out. I've never reread it, and I just really, I kind of forget what the story is other than the fact that it's like this dystopian future where people like have these games and kill each other. So I would definitely reread The Hunger Games. And then the only thing I would change about To Be Taught If Fortunate by Becky Chambers, because I loved that novella, is I would love for it to be longer. I would make it like a full-length novel. So if I had to rewrite it, that would be the one that I choose. Next 3. I'm having a really hard time opening these. I folded them too many times. So the next one is The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett, The Lies of Locke Lamora by Scott Lynch, and The Way of Kings by Brandon Sanderson. Okay, I'd have to burn The Color of Magic by Terry Pratchett. These books are iconic, and I know that Terry Pratchett is like just this beloved author, but I just didn't really like it. I didn't get it that much, and so I'd have to burn that one. Reread or rewrite? I feel like there's nothing to rewrite in Way of Kings, so I don't know. Maybe I would rewrite The Lies of Locke Lamora because I think that it does get overly descriptive sometimes, and it can be a little bit all over the place. So I would rewrite that, cut out some of the description, but the story itself is great, so I wouldn't change anything about that, and then reread The Way of Kings. Okay, so this actually isn't ending up being as hard as I thought it would be. I have pretty strong opinions about the books that I read, so it's actually been kind of easy. All right, so let's see, next 3. Okay, we've got Spark of Light by Jodi Picoult, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis, and The Blade Itself by Joe Abercrombie. Okay, so this one, oh, my hair is like doing crazy things. This one actually is kind of hard. So, I mean, not really. I always know which one I'm gonna burn. I'm burning A Spark of Light by Jodi Picoult. This is like a book that was basically about abortion and different views on abortion, but it was just a little bit too like on the nose. Like there was no subtlety to any of the characters. So burn A Spark of Light. All right. Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, and The Blade Itself. Okay, so I think I would rewrite The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe because it's a children's book. I would love to see that book and that series as like an adult fantasy. I feel like the world is so cool and it could actually be really awesome. So I would rewrite that as like an adult fantasy series. And then The Blade Itself actually makes a lot of sense because I didn't love it the first time I read it and I feel like I wasn't in the right headspace. So it would be perfect to reread that. Okay, I feel like I need to mix these up a little bit because I'm just picking ones that like are too easy. Okay, the next one is Interview with a Vampire by Anne Rice, The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, and How We Fight for Our Lives by Saeed Jones. Okay, this one is actually a hard one because I do love all of these books. So Okay, well, I cannot burn How We Fight for Our Lives by Sadie Jones. That would just be wrong. So I have to save that one, and now I have to decide Interview with a Vampire or The Name of the Wind. Which one do I burn? I love this book, but I think I would have to go with Interview with a Vampire to burn it. I don't have any kind of like emotional connection to it, and I read it so long ago that it's not fresh enough in my mind for me to be like upset about burning it. So that one's gone. I would reread How We Fight for Our Lives. It was just a beautiful memoir, and I feel like it was very poignant, and I would definitely reread it, and I'm sure I could get something else out of it. I would rewrite The Name of the Wind and make it so that, oh gosh, the main character's name is like completely escaping me, but I would make it so that he is not so perfect at everything, because I loved this book, but the main character just like succeeded and excelled at everything that he does, and that's kind of annoying. So I would rewrite that. Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. Okay, these are already two of my favorites. And then The Rosie Project by Graham Simsion. Graham Simsion. Okay, sorry Graham, I'm gonna have to burn your book just because The Rosie Project was very cute, but it's definitely not a favorite of mine. Six of Crows, Darker Shade of Magic. This one's so hard. I really honestly, I know a lot of people have problems with V.E. Schwab's writing, but I just love everything she writes. I honestly wouldn't change a thing. Maybe, okay, I would reread Six of Crows. I don't want to change anything about that. If I had to rewrite A Darker Shade of Magic, I might make it just a little bit darker even. I just like my books to have a really dark element to them. Maybe make it so that the plot is a little bit more straightforward. She kind of tends to meander with her stories a little bit, but I don't mind it usually, but that's what I would do. Darker Shade of Magic, I would make it a little darker and a little bit more straightforward of a plot. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this bowl of prompts because there aren't that many left, and I feel like I'm having a lot of fun with this. Okay, so we've got Raybearer by Jordan Ifueko, The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons, and Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. This one is really hard because I actually don't want to burn any of these. I know I actually did just put out a review for The Ruin of Kings, and I didn't love that one, but I feel like it could be really good if it was rewritten, so I don't want to just automatically burn this one. But also, like, how would I burn Raybearer and Outlander, two of my, like, favorite books? Okay, I'll just get rid of The Ruin of Kings. I'll burn it, even though I do think that it would be really good rewritten. That one's gone. And then I would reread Outlander. I love these books. I don't think I would ever be tired of them. I've already rewatched the show multiple times, so I think it's time to just reread the first book. I'll do that. And then for Raybearer, I gave this one 4 stars when I read it earlier this year. Or I guess it was last year at this point. I also have a review out for that one, so go check it out. But one of the things that bothered me was that all of the characters' relationships were just too perfect. Like, they all just loved each other and there wasn't much conflict. So I would rewrite this to create more in-depth characters and character relationships. And I think that would have made it a 5-star read for me. Okay, so we actually have the perfect amount to finish this off. So we're gonna do The Fate of the Fallen by Kel Cade, Elevation by Stephen King, and The Fifth Season by N.K. Jemisin. Okay, again, easy. Fate of the Fallen is burning. I hated that book. And then rewrite or reread. I would reread The Fifth Season. I read that a while ago and I feel like I could do with a reread. And then Elevation by Stephen King, it was good. It was like a novella, so it was super short, but it was a little bit basic. So I would definitely rewrite that to be maybe like a little bit creepier and a little bit more fleshed out. Guys, I have the hardest time opening these papers. I don't know what I did. Okay. Burial Rites by Hannah Kent. The Gods of Jade and Shadow by Sylvia Garcia Moreno. And then the last one is Black Sun by Rebecca Roanhorse. Wait, what are the 3? Oh, okay. This kind of kills me because I feel like this book had so much potential, but I would have to burn The Gods of Jade and Shadow. I liked the idea of the story, but the actual execution I didn't think was very good. I would like to rewrite it, but based on the other 2, I can't keep this one around. I'd have to burn it. I would maybe, man, of these 2, I don't know which one I would rewrite. Oh, guys, I am so conflicted with this one. Because, like, what would I rewrite with either of these? I just don't know. Okay, so, guys, I've literally just been sitting here for like a full minute, just really unsure what to choose. I really loved Black Sun, and I just don't know what I would rewrite. Okay, I have nothing to rewrite with Black Sun, so I am definitely just going to reread this one. And then for Burial Rites, I think what I might do is I might want to rewrite it so that it's even sadder. It was very bleak and it definitely like brought a tear to my eye, but I wasn't like sobbing. So somehow I would rewrite it so that it was more just like heart crushing. I don't know if that makes sense, but like that's what I'm going to do with those two. Okay, guys, we are on the last one. I'm probably doing too many of these, but I'm just having so much fun with it that why not? Okay, so we've got The Ballad of Black Tom by Victor LaValle, Scythe by Neil Schusterman, and Aragon by Christopher Paolini. Oh gosh, okay, this is actually a really, really hard last one. My instinct is saying to burn The Ballad of Black Tom because the other two, I really don't want to burn them, but this one had such potential that I feel like if it was rewritten, it would just be a wonderful, fantastic book. But would I burn either of these two? I just don't know. Guys, I don't know. Okay, so I am going to burn The Ballad of Black Tom. I'm sorry, Victor LaValle. I did like your book, but not as much as these other two. And then I would reread Aragon because that was one of my favorite books when I was in like middle school or early high school, and I have not even thought about it in like years. So I would be really interested if I still love it as much. So that deserves a reread. And then finally, Scythe, how would I rewrite that? I guess again, I would just make it darker. I really liked the idea and the story, but I think just because it was YA, it didn't go as dark as I would like it to. I don't even know what I really mean by go darker, but I know it when I read it. So I would rewrite it so that it was a little bit darker. Okay, so that's the whole bowl. Those are all of the books that I chose. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I had a lot of fun with it. Thanks, Rima, for tagging me. I am just going to tag everyone. If you're watching this and you want to do it, go ahead. Have a lot of fun. I would love to see your version of it. Let me know in the comments what your responses to some of these would be, if you agree with my decisions or if you would have chosen something totally different. Also, if you enjoyed this video, remember to like and subscribe. And as I mentioned before, you can find me over on Instagram and Goodreads. I will put links to both of those sites down in the description below. Otherwise, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope you had fun like I did, and I will see all of you in my next video.